way into the segment of the fifth potential signing, and that will be an attacker and a forward. We all believe, because Darwin Nunez is certainly out of the door, which gives us space up front to bring in a striker, a number 9. And we all know the name on everyone's lips.
And we'll talk a little bit about Darwin first. So do you think the money that's being quoted for him, that's the first talking point? Some people are saying we want 60 million, but some people are saying we're going to be okay to accept between 40 and 45. If I'm honest with you, on the books, he's worth 21 million. So whatever we sell him for, it's going to be more than that. It's going to turn out to be a profit, right, for us. Oh my God. What? Where's this cat come from?
We cater for everyone, and Ivan is in the building. Ivan, most welcome.
The Schwack office here. My goodness.
There you go. Chat G&G has gone levels today because we have Ivan joining us.
Ivan, tell us what we're going to get for not Grizz. We're selling Grizz now. We're selling Grizz. Anybody want a Grizz? Grizz is dopey. We're selling Grizz dopey. No.
I get
how much is we get?
With Nunez, Gags, I don't care about the fee.
Me neither, really.
Honestly, I don't.
I need him to go. I need that spot, the 9 shirt, to be free, because then someone's definitely coming in and my excitement's going to go through the roof.
What I will say is Liverpool fans, forget this optimism or dream or aspirations of getting 60, 70 million. No one is going to bid more than 50 million pound for him. No one. No. We may squeeze in 5-10 million on add-ons if they win a league or whatever the add-ons they put in. But no one's going to bid, and we will accept that. Obviously, we're going to try to play hard and get as many pounds or euros as we can, but I think we'll accept around the 45 million, 50 million pound mark, which will equate to about 60 million euros or whatever. And that's the most. And I'm happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
Then
no debate. So I think what that leads to, Grizz, if he goes, is this the big one? This is the banger. Really,
I think before this question,
we got 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, so. And this is everyone's been waiting for this segment, I guess, because strikers, attackers is where the money is at, right? This is where the buzz is. This is where the exciting. This is the main event. We've had all the what are they called? Undercard.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question before we get into specifically Alexander the Great Isak? Is it Isak or bust in your idea? And people let us know in the chat. Is it Isak and wait, or do we look at plan B and plan C? What do you do?
I think it's quite clear we've got plan Bs and Cs. I think the fact that no striker has moved yet. There are some strikers on the market. There's why do you say his name? Gyökeres, whatever. Gyökeres, that's it. Gyökeres. You got Gyökeres, you got Ekitike, you got Osimhen. None of them have moved. Sesko's going to Arsenal, I think. That's pretty much locked. I'm not really about Sesko either.
But I know what you mean, yeah.
He's not the most exciting one. The others are way more.
Alvarez.
I don't think Alvarez is going anywhere either, personally.
No, I don't, but
yeah. I think Isak is the gem. If Alvarez was available, he'd also be the gem, like it's joint between them. But what I'm hearing on what this guy could do for us, Isak, is game changing, just because of the numbers he pulls. And I know he only got 20 a season or something for Newcastle, but believe me, it'll be a completely different kettle of fish at Liverpool. It'll be completely different kettle of fish. That's the guy will explode if he joins us. If is the big thing. I really do think that he's the one we need to get. But I wouldn't be too bothered if we had to go for a B and we couldn't get him. But also for Isak, it's now or never. We won't wait for a year for him. He's going to be 28 next year. It's like Diaz's position. Got to get him in now for a 4 or 5 year deal. And if he does well for 3 years, great. And if we do want to move on, after 3 years, he will get a decent fee for him at 30 as well. But I really do think
If he says to you,
Hmm.
look, they've reached the Champions League. I've helped him get here. I've got
Hmm.
3 years deal. Sorry, I've got 3 years left. They want stupid money at the moment. Hold out. Let me give them a Champions League run out, right? Then that will leave 2 years on my contract, and you can negotiate at 80, 90, or 70, 80,
No.
90.
No, not worth
Are you
it.
going to wait?
No,
You're
it's
not
not
doing
worth
it.
it.
You're not waiting for Alexander
No,
Isak.
no, not at 28. No, not at
What's the matter
28.
with you, man?
No. I'm telling you now, the way Liverpool work, this is now or never for him. And I think Liverpool probably would have told him as well. This is now or never. And the reason why no one, but it hasn't been really pushed down that it's a no. There's players that we've gone for in the past that Liverpool have been really quick to tell their journos, and the opposition team who you're buying from would come and say, yep, there's nothing in this. We're not buying him. Has that happened anywhere?
Okay.
No,
Again,
but has it happened?
I don't want to be a spoil sport and a Debbie Downer, right? But I don't expect it to happen in this situation for a couple of reasons.
Go on then.
A, because it's very open, apparent, obvious that he's our number one target, right? And we also know that they're in the market to recruit not one, but 3 or 4 players that they want to improve their team, not squad, which means they have to spend circa 150 to 200 million pounds. So the stars do align at some point where it kind of gives them the opportunity to be able to strengthen the whole team. And for us, we have, for the first time in my memory, I don't know about yours goes back about 15 years more than mine. In my memory, we have actually funds to bloody make this work.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We can actually do this. And so therefore, all those things taken into consideration, I get the noise coming out from both flanks. I get the noise coming from Newcastle because they're not sure. They don't want to really, really say nothing, and then suddenly look like idiots when we splash 135 million pound on the table and say Hanji Bolo. Hanji Bolo means yes, speak now.
Shall I tell you
Because
what I
when
think?
that 135 million pound, and notice I keep saying 135 million, bear that in mind, people. 135 million figure, because that's the figure I believe we are willing to put down
Shall I
for
tell you what I
Alexander.
think is happening, Grizz? I think there's turmoil internally at Newcastle at whether they should do this or not. And they are properly debating it internally, I bet.
Yeah.
Half of them are probably saying we should do this right now and get the money and get the player and and get all the players we want this summer, and over from now till August or September.
Well, this is it. But
And then there's someone in there saying no, let's keep him, let's build around him. And I honestly believe that's in my head. I reckon that's why it's taking so long as well to get into something. Is that these are probably the things that are happening internally there. That there's a proper debate going on whether this should happen.
But this is world record bid, Gags. We're prepared
Yeah.
to make a world record bid as long as we get the go ahead. As long as they say there is a price, it's very apparent because Isak hasn't come out and said anything to, as you said, to sort of say no, I'm staying here.
Ali A is saying is that they will face the backlash. I think there's it's interesting, Ali, you say that, but this is transfers, and in the world of transfers, setting the narrative is very easy, and telling the story is very easy. All they have to say is leak to the press. Isak has told them that he wants to join Liverpool. All of a sudden, the fan base will turn on Isak, and Newcastle will say, well, we had to get the big record money in. And all of a sudden, Newcastle will look like the heroes in the situation, and Isak will be the villain. So I don't think they face any backlash. This can be manhandled, and this can be. And you know what? If it does happen, that will probably be the story that comes out. If it does happen, that's what will be leaked to the press. If it does, and I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying if it does, that's the way it will happen, because the player will be the villain always, even if he doesn't hand in a transfer request. Just that he said he would like to join them. And the fans will turn on that. the fans, and you feel sorry for those fans because they are backing him to the hilt on Twitter and on X and on every other social media. They're going to war right now against Liverpool fans, and anything that comes out there, and even this clip, if it comes out, they'll be going to hate on it as well. But that's how you would do it. That's the strategic nature of transfers and how you play with the game and how you play with setting the news up and setting the narrative online. It's easy.
People, we've been a bit lazy in asking to like and subscribe today. The chat's been so riveting and the topics have been so hot that we've forgotten to do the boring side of things, where we ask for likes. The boring things where we say, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. I believe there's over 4,000 people watching.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
And we do love and appreciate you all, but we do love you even more and appreciate even more if you come over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and hit that like button. I don't know if it should only be Isak. If we can't get Isak, do we move on to Ekiteke?
I think so.
I think we're gonna have to, right? We can't leave that striker's
He
berth vacant.
He
looks like Isak, the one that joined from Real Sociedad.
Well, this is why I love the scouting department and our club, because they will find the next best kind of. They want to go for the real deal for once. They don't want to do projects. They want to go real deal. But if you can't get the real deal because it's out of your, the Newcastle just put the boards up and
develop the next one,
then you might as well get the next one that's younger, spend a little bit less, maybe spend a bit more on a winger or a backup striker as well. Get two in if Jota and Darwin go, So
I want at least one Geordie in our team next season. Either Gordon.
You want Gordon in.
But if you can't get Isak,
well, the deal, I reckon the Gordon deal can happen if Isak doesn't come in. I think they've already, like, Harvey Barnes is more or less.
I think they're more willing to sell Gordon now.
Yeah.
Definitely more than Isak. But our Gordon attempt would, I think, depend on Diaz scenario. I wanted to end with one name that is not being mentioned enough. Bob Paddock, who's a regular on my channel, on my shows as well. Big up, Bob. He says, Osimhen, Ekiteke is unproven. Why isn't Victor Osimhen being more talked of or about? And could we see someone like that? Because I believe Osimhen is the most certified goal scorer available right now. So I'm talking certified goal scorer. But I absolutely understand when people talk about the rest of his game. He's not the cleanest of link-up players. He's strong as an ox. He run the channels.
Could we get?
But he's a goal scorer.
Could we get Osimhen and Ekiteke for the price of Isak?
We could, but I've argued with this with you before. We've done this whole. We're not bringing in two number 9s, Gags. We're just not.
If Jota and Darwin are going, I don't see why not.
I don't think Jota's going. I think he wants to give Jota.
I hate this, by the way. I hate this attitude thing. Honestly, it's so overblown, this attitude thing. It's people have just taken this from some nonsense and made it into a real narrative. The guy was racially abused by his own team's admins or whatever. If you're not going to have an attitude over that and stand up to that, then believe me, you're a pussycat. And you're talking about Osimhen. This is a lion, man. This is a tiger. He's a killer. Why wouldn't you want him to stand up? You think you're just going to take it on the chin when shit like that happens? Come on, man. Stop talking nonsense. Learn what actually happened. Go and understand it. That's why the attitude problems came, because he got treated like shit. Would you take that in your workplace? I got treated like that once. I was told I wasn't normal. I went straight up to the next boss above that boss and got them being absolutely battered. How dare they say that to me? And then if I'm accused of a bad attitude because I did that, I will not stand for it.
No, it's not.
We have had enough of people being abused in that way. No. Sorry, Hamza. I wasn't.
Yeah, it's not aimed at you. Just generally the narrative. Yeah.
The narrative's been said, Hamza. I apologize with my tone. It's not at you at all. It's that You've picked that up because people are saying it, right?
That's right.
People are
That's right.
saying it. People are saying it. And if I don't stand up for someone, a minority, I'm a minority. Grizz is a minority. If we don't stand up for minorities, man, then who is? You know. And I've been treated that way. I'm sure Grizz. Hey, I was a young lad growing up in this country. I got called a Paki. I'm not a Paki. I'm a Hindu, but still, that hurts because it's trying to belittle us. You know, so we don't stand for that shit, man. You don't. People, I'll tell you another story, and this is going really wide of the mark. At school, they couldn't say my name. Gagan, my teacher, 80-year-old old Buddha, old man, couldn't say my name. He used to call me George. I never used to answer him back on the register. I was 12 years old, and he used to make me stand on the chair because he wouldn't even say Tandon. He would say George because he couldn't say Gagan. Right? I used to get abused because of that. I got bullied because of
And you
that.
got your city stall out. You got your city stall out.
And I set my stall out. I'm not answering your name. I'm not answering George. I'm a fan of George Michael, but I'm not answering that name. I got sent out of the class after standing on the chair and people laughing at me. I got sent out of the class. I then used to get beaten up and bullied because the teacher made that normalized. He normalized it. He let it happen. Sorry, I'm going a bit off, but I think the story needs to be told sometimes. And now I've called myself Gags Tandon because when people don't say the name right, it triggers you. You understand? So it leaves a mark sometimes. Leaves a mark. All I'm saying is let's gone a bit far, but
no, it needed to be said, and everything has context behind it. No, it needed to be said. It needed to be. Some things are far bigger than football, whatever. And look, Victor Osimhen, Big Vic, as we're going to call him from now on. I think we should look at him, and I think just for that story in itself, I think we should go for him if we can't bag Isak. But I think we're going to make an attempt at Isak. I think we're going to make I said it on the first Red Room show. I dropped a Grizz bomber, and then I think a couple of journalists have followed it up and said Liverpool will make a move. I think we will make a move, whether it's accepted for Isak. Whether it's accepted, whether the deal materializes, we don't know. No one knows. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I
want Big Vic now. I want Big Vic now.
I would love Big Vic because he would strike fear. Like they would be real.
I tell you what, Salah, Diaz, Osimhen, and then you're talking about Gakpo there and Verts there. I tell you what, and then you got the delivery of Kirkes. Listen, guys, it's the time to be excited. It's time to be happy. It's time to keep on supporting not only the Reds but Anfield Index. 4,300 over here. God knows how many on YouTube and all the other platforms. I think this has been our most watched show so far. It's growing.
I apologize for getting hot.
No, you don't need to apologize at all. Absolutely, you don't need to apologize. Some things need to be said. There are stances that need to be made, and you made your stance, and you done well out of it. So big up Gags, big up Big Vic, big up Isak if he signs. Whoever signs, we're going to big him up because that's what we do as supporters of Liverpool Football Club. I think this has been an amazing show. I've really enjoyed chatting to you. The 1 hour, 7 minutes have gone just like that. Nothing's really happened this week. Can you believe it? We bought a 4th choice goalkeeper or 3rd choice goalkeeper.
Shut up.
And you claim it as a transfer, one of your 7 transfers that you've predicted, Mr. ITK Gags Tandon. You want to rule the roost? Come on then.
7 is what we want. 7. So we've got 4.
I think 5. A centre back and a striker, and I'm absolutely so happy with the business. But hey, bring me a.
But if Jota, because if Isak happens, Jota looks like. Apparently, there's news about Elliot as well today that they're interested. That would be a great deal for us.
We didn't even get a chance to speak about more outgoings, but we'll do that on next week's show.
Yeah.
But it's been wonderful, man. And listen, chat GNG every Friday looks like 8 p.m. at the moment. We've been quite consistent now. That's 2 Fridays and 8 p.m.
No, we did Monday last week, mate.
Oh shit. Damn.
I love just pulling you up on these things. It's just the way our dynamic works.
I'd get away with it if you're not here.
That's
Fake news.
true.
Fake
By the
news.
way, Hamza, I am so excited because I think they want
I'm
them all
buzzing
in.
for preseason.
They want them all
I'm
in.
buzzing.
I've got a feeling they want them all in for the 7th.
Absolutely. I'm buzzing for preseason. I'm buzzing for our next show, which will be we'll let you guys know. But if you've got your notifications, if you've got your notifications on, if you've subscribed, you'll already know. And check out the rest of the great content the rest of the lads are doing. Trev Downey, Dave Davis, on a daily basis, bringing you outstanding work. Me and Gags are part-time as well. I'm definitely a part-timer. Gags is
No. I'm the part-timer here. I'm the one show a week guy. Grizz is doing headroom. Grizz has got his big 6. Grizz is active, man. So go and follow Grizz wherever he is.
I'm part-time as well. I'm part-time as well. But it's been wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for another Gags Chat G&G. And we'll be back next week. And let's hope we've got some more signings through the door. You never know with Liverpool the way we're going.
Yeah, backup centre back, backup. We could do a couple of youngsters. It would be great. Up to 7. We'll be up to 7 before we know it. Might get 10 in.
Well, you still get it wrong because you said 7. So you get it wrong.
Anything above 7 is good for me, bro.
No, you said 7 as a specific number.
Hey, but I'd be happy, right? Like, it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. Happiness is
more. I'll be happy, but don't you want to be right and happy, or just wrong and happy?
No, look, mate. Let's be honest. If we get the 3 and it's 6,
we'll carry on this argument. We'll carry on this argument off screen. People, peace out, love and tranquility to all you all. Take care. Bye bye.
Up the Reds.